How's it going? It is Tuesday, April 23rd, 2013. Time for another edition of WZR Radio here on WZROnline.com. I'm Ryan Clark. He's Matt Boone. And we're going to be here for the next 2 hours talking pro wrestling. Pretty quiet week. News-wise, WWE is on an overseas tour of Europe. We had Monday Night Raw from last night, so we're going to be talking about that and the latest news and rumors over the past week or so. Matty Boone, what's going on, brother?
Yo, what the motherfucker's good, man? Tuesday night.
It's Tuesday night. What's shaking, man? It's been a quiet week. Where WWE is overseas, and Rosa Mendez got sent home from the tour. We got to talk about The Rock. What he came out and said during a recent interview. I mean, a lot of things he contradicts himself, because we all know what happened the night after Raw, or the night after WrestleMania with Monday Night Raw and Rock, and what he said in an interview with Hot 97's Peter Rosenberg doesn't make a lot of sense. So we're going to talk about that today. And then, did you see the photo? You saw it because you put it up on WZROnline.com today. But he puts a photo up from like a hospital bed or something like that, right? And you can see it's photoshopped. I mean, come on, dude. Who knows if that photo's...
What are you talking about now? I didn't get that. What photo?
We're talking about The Rock, man. The photo from the hospital bed.
Yeah, in the hospital bed. It's fake, right?
It's gotta be, but he put that up today. There are people in WWE. I mean, I think he's injured. All right, I'll give him that, but I don't know if it's as serious as he's making it out to be. And I think he's trying to do everything in his power to try to prove to the people that, no, there's no issues with me and WWE. I talked with Vince. I talked with Triple H. I talked with management right after the injury happened, right after WrestleMania. They knew what was going on. And then this photo comes out.
I think it's more like he wants to, it's legit, but he wants to save face for having to drop out of the Brock thing and the Raw thing and all that. So he's, trying to put over how serious the injuries he has is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's going out of his way to make sure people realize it ain't just a pussyfoot little boob. Like, it's the real deal, or otherwise I'd be there,
Yeah, but the way to go about it is to put an actual photo up, not something that clearly looks photoshopped, The photo's up on WZROnline.com, so you guys can go check it out. So, we're going to be talking Monday Night Raw, like I said, from last night. Hour number 2, taking live phone calls like we normally do. I know, you're not in the chat?
No, I'm not in the chat. I can't get to my computer. It's not right now yet.
All right, no doubt. But you are here, so that's good. You haven't slept in 2 days, right?
Yeah, I haven't slept in 2 days. So I'm trying my best to fake being energetic and shit right now. I'm tired as a motherfucker.
You wakey! It's WZR Radio.
Voice too. I realized that right before I got on the air, I was fucking with my brother. So that's not like I just woke up, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said, oh, shit. Started drinking water. It's not open.
The Raw rating just came out. It was a 3.1. We're going to put that up on the websites when we go off the air here tonight. But at least they're still above the 3.0 mark, When you get down that low, you're teetering with 2.9s and, you don't want to go into the 2s. So it's a 3.1, so that's decent,
Yeah, for a safe show in England and everything, man. Yeah, but it was what did you think of the show? I didn't think it was all that great, to be honest with you, but I thought the crowd was awesome.
Yeah, you knew the crowd was going to be awesome because they were overseas in London, I mean, that god-awful crowd that they had last week, my God, that was terrible last week. Where were they last week? Greenville, South Carolina, I think it was, God.
East Rutherford, New Jersey, that was 2 weeks ago.
That was the night, that was the night after WrestleMania was East Rutherford, and then I think last week, it was Greenville, South Carolina, I believe, yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, we'll get into Monday Night Raw. We'll be taking your live phone calls and whatever else. How was your week? Have a good week?
It's been a doozy, man. It's been a crazy week.
I had a great week. I had a great week, Boone. Last week.
Oh, man, I don't want to hear this.
Wait a minute. Last week, I walk into a storage shop.
Can I just say before you tell the story,
yeah.
and I won't reveal anything, all I'll say is, well, the story you're about to tell, boy, it really makes me fucking sick to my stomach. Let me tell you that right now.
Yeah, buddy.
Boy, it really makes me fucking sick to my stomach, dude.
Yeah, man.
Dude, I want to fucking puke all over the fuck. Go ahead, tell your fucking story. Go ahead.
So I walk into a storage shop, right? It's a storage shop that I visit every single day. And I never play the lottery. I just don't do it because, whether you play, it is, man. Whether you play scratch offs, you play a $1 or $2, and every once in a while you win $10 or you win $20 or whatever, But
you spend $80, probably won $20.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I mean, you win $20 and you're like, oh shit, I won $20, no doubt. But you've already spent like $300, the previous runs at the store.
Shit. Yeah,
you don't win anything. So I never play the lotto, bro. All right, and I always use my credit card to pay for things down at store. I use my credit card for everything. It's more like a debit card, but I use it for everything to pay. Well, I left my debit cards at home, and I had $40 in my pocket. So I got my cigarettes, and I got a soda, which is what I normally get, and I had like $6. Or, no, it was $7. I had $8 left over, all right? So I said, you know what, I'm just going to take this, and I'm going to play some scratch-offs. I got one $5 ticket, one $2 ticket, and a $1 ticket, right? Because you can only buy $1, $2, $5, $10, $20, and so on. So I got the $5 one, I got the $2 one, and I got the $1 one. Well, the $5 one, you're normally always going to win some sort of money because you're paying $5. So I scratched off the $2 one, and I got my $2 back. I won $2, right? Scratched off the $1 one. It was the win for life or $1,000, whatever. You get like $1,000 for life. Scratched that off, nothing. So I'm $1 short. I scratch off the $5 one, and I won $10,000. Dude, I jumped out. I looked at it a couple times, and I'm like, no, man, no. There was 3 of them that matched. That said 10,000, 10,000, and 10,000. And I'm thinking, are you sure it's not 10,000, 10,000, and 100, or 10,000, 10,000, and 1,000? It was 10,000, 10,000, and 10,000. I quietly went up to the counter and asked the lady, I said, can you look at this? And she scanned it, and it popped up, and she gave me this look like, you have got to be kidding me right now. I yelled, I said, oh my God. And everybody in the store looked over and fucking, they, like, what does this do? Who does this guy all have before? 10,000. 10,000. Well, a bunch of people walked over, when I was talking to the lady, and they all came over, and thank God they were all nice. $10,000, dude. So I came back home. I've still got the ticket here. And I called the lotto offices yesterday, and as it turns out, you don't get the money for, it's going to take like a month or two to get the money to come back to me, and then you've got to pay taxes on, the 10 grand that you earn. So I think it's going to come out to more like $7,000 or $7,500, something like that, but. God damn, bro.
Yeah, it was funny. I was talking to my roommates about that earlier. Because first of all, it's like, it makes me just fucking sick to my stomach, dude. You don't need $10,000. That's just fucking bullshit. But then I said, this motherfucker probably is kind of almost sweet justice in a way, because he's got to live with the fact that he won $10,000. It's an amazing thing, but as soon as he gets it, there's $3 grand whacked off the top, because that's automatic tax right there. Mm-hmm. Then out of the fucking $6,500, $7,000 he's going to clear, he's going to have to pay his previous tax debt off. You know what I mean? So, boom, he's like the IRS has just won $10,000 lottery ticket, not you.
Way to ruin my parade, bro. Way to fucking come on here.
I had to put a fucking Matt Boone spin on it, because I'm like, man, bullshit.
Right.
How the fuck does he walk into the store and just win $10,000? That makes me sick.
No, listen. My taxes are pretty much paid off. I mean, from the previous years, I'm all caught up, man. I only owe a little bit more from this year. Basically, I owe I paid the state off. The $3,000 that I owed them, and then the $11,000 for the feds. I was able to pay off $7,500 of that. So I only owe the feds about $3,000. And, I'm still going to have, like, a good $3,000 for myself coming back after I get the IRS paid off, so I'm good to go,
Alright, I'm still pretty annoyed then. Man, that's good for you.
You ain't happy for nobody, dude. Get out of here.
I'm happy for you, lucky motherfucker. You think it makes me mad even to hear that. I'm like, he thinks just like I do. It's hard to waste your money on lottery tickets.
So it's beautiful.
I'll buy one, and he wins $10,000.
Oh, I was so happy, man. I was so happy when I saw that ticket. 10,000, and I never play scratch offs, dude. But I'm just saying, I never thought,
You know what you need to do?
What?
To even your karma out, you need to fucking buy everybody Pepsi again or something fucking nice. You gotta do a nice gesture or something.
Oh, get out of here. I ain't buying nobody Pepsi.
Yeah, we gotta level your karma out, dude. Otherwise, you just gonna come back.
Oh, shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty!
You ain't getting no sodas.
You'll try and start up a project where you sell T-shirts and nobody will fucking buy them. Those crickets.
Anyway, so check it out.
Can you get that sound effect yet? Yeah.
Here's the deal. You know what we have to do after we go off the air here tonight? I know you're tired, but we need to after the show goes off the air, we need to load up a second stream, and we need to come on here and Ranjit, or I think that's his name, man. I got to get that right. But Ranjit, we need to get on here for like 5 minutes and do a bunch of sound drops where you say, "I'll kick your ass in 2 seconds." Da 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 da. So.
I mean, does my voice sound awful? Because it's going to be something we're going to use over and over again. Do I sound bad?
No, we just got to. I mean, we don't have to do it tonight, man. We can do it at some point through the week, and then.
Tonight. I'm just saying, I don't want to sound like shit because if we're going to use it a lot.
Yeah, and then you sound fine tonight, but then we'll be able to use it. He can add this to the soundboard, but we just got to do it at some point, over the next week, and then he'll be able to add, the crickets and everything else. But I need to find sound clips of crickets and everything else that we can record. And then then I can send them I'll send them the recording of what we do, and we'll have a brand new soundboard. So what else happened, man? Besides the lottery, just awesome shit. Listen, I'm sitting here. Let me give you a quick. Let me rant real quick. All right. So I give you this big long story last week, and then we'll get into Monday Night Raw. I promise you guys. We always do this. We shoot the shit for like 30 minutes. So.
You always apologize for it.
Yeah. So. Hey, what do you call cheese that's not yours? Nacho cheese!
Hey, there it is.
Yeah. All right, so check it out, man. So last week I get on this whole rant about my sister. She's finally out of here. She's out of my face, right? She had to get out of here, man. She just had to do it, right? She got her tax return. She had to get out of here. Well, turns out, 2 days after she gets to the apartment, I get a phone call. Oh, Ryan, I broke down on the side of the road. The car died. I said, what do you want me to do? I said, you know what I mean? Nothing I can do. Well, turns out the transmission on the car went. So she's saying, well, can you call your buddy Dave? Does he have any extra cars? This went on for the entire week, dude. She didn't have any rides. She was stranded. Finally, my buddy Dave comes through, and we finally get her a car. So she's driving this car right now, and I'm going to be getting a brand new car because the engine on my car died, and it's just like, get out of my. I thought I had her out of my face, and it's just right back to where we started. So anyway, in addition to that, I'm sitting here on the computer today, right? And I always have the door shut in here, in my office, and I hear like a crackling sound. From here, it sounded like crackling, and I'm like, I hope there's not a fire. So I open the door. I look into the bathroom, and from the bathroom ceiling, dude, is like a fountain of water just coming down. I took a video of it. I showed you the video, right? You saw it.
It's a fucking. I was gonna say it's sprinkling pretty good there, Ryan. But because it's obviously like fucking buckets of water coming out of your ceiling. It's
I mean, it was coming out of the fan vent, you know, that, so I grabbed this bucket.
Or whatever, yeah.
Right, by the time I got there, the floor was just covered in water, so I grabbed this bucket. The video doesn't do it justice, man. I mean, that water was coming out of there so hard. It would fill up that little bucket that I had down below, would fill up the bucket in like 2 minutes. You know, I kept dumping it out into the toilet, flushing the toilet, and it was ridiculous. Finally, the maintenance guy got here about an hour and a half ago, and you know, they shut off the water. They're up there working on it right now. I guess they're staying late. You know, I mean, it's 8:30 almost, but so they got the water shut off, and they keep coming in and out of here right now. So, but anyway, I mean, it was coming down like crazy, man, from the ceiling. I don't know what happened. I've got no idea, but at least they shut the water off on me. You know what I mean? So that's good.
Well, yeah, raining fucking cats and dogs in your bathroom.
And then before we move on, you know, the tragedies, the horrific bombings in Boston last week. You know, I mean, this was just a nutty story. The guys, you know, they eventually caught up with the two brothers. Turned out they were two brothers, and you know, they let them on a police chase. And as they're on this police chase, the guys are throwing grenades and shooting at the cops. Well, the older brother, who I guess was the mastermind of this whole thing, they were able to catch you know, they shot and killed him. Well, the other brother escaped, and they found him hiding in a boat. Anybody that follows my Facebook page, you guys know last, I believe it was Friday, where everything went down, you know, I had the police scanner up all day long. I know a lot of you guys that are listening right now had the scanner link that I put on Facebook. You guys were listening to that. How crazy was the stuff that was coming over that scanner last Friday? Just unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is nuts, man. It was nuts, dude.
This is crazy. This is nuts or this is crazy? What's the official quote?
I think we have both of them, right? It's
unbelievable, and then this is what? It's not that crazy. I think it's crazy.
I think it goes something like this.
You gotta check it out, and you see, this is nuts. Unbelievable.
Is that the order? Is that the order that I did it in? It was like you gotta check it out. Can you see? This is nuts.
Crazy amounts of snow.
Crazy amounts of snow.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Something like that, right?
I can as you're playing the clip, I can see it like a courtroom drama being played out, like written out on the script.
Yeah.
You know, a piece of paper, like a TV script with like, this is crazy, this is nuts, you know, ... unbelievable.
Oh wait, here it is.
Yeah,
I got. Here's the. You want the full version here?
Restrained enthusiasm in your voice. This is unbelievable.
Would you shut up and let it play?
Yeah.
WZR radio. Crazy amounts of snow. This is nuts. You gotta check it out. And you see, unbelievable. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that, dude. All right. So that was the full version. Anyways, so that's about it. We had a UFC. To Boston. You know, thank God more people didn't wind up dying from that. There were a lot of injuries. A lot of people lost limbs and things like that. But you know, once again, thoughts and prayers to everybody in Boston. Thank God they were able to at least catch one of the suspects alive. And you know, they're trying to question him. Turns out that he was shot in the throat. So, you know, he's having a hard time. He was actually shot in the neck, in the throat, in the head, and in the legs as well. So he got fucked up pretty good. But where'd you go? You're not even here, are you?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Who, me?
Who?
Yeah,
Who, me? Yeah, so we had UFC on Fox this past weekend, so that was a pretty good show. There were 8 knockouts, man. Set a UFC record, you know, pretty crazy.
Tied a UFC record.
Tied a.
They had 8 knockouts at UFC 92 as well, but it was crazy. I mean, it was a lot of knockouts, but like the 2 main fights, there weren't knockouts. Like Daniel Cormier didn't knock out Frank Mir, Gilbert Melendez didn't knock out Benson Henderson.
Yeah. So
there was a lot of knockouts, but not in the main event.
So let's move on, man. We'll get the plugs out of the way, then we'll get into Monday Night Raw. It's going to be kind of a quiet night, man. It's so nice to come on here, and then after we go off the air here tonight, there's no...
Night.
What?
Holy night. He says in a quiet night, though.
Silent. He does the silent night. All right, no doubt.
Yeah.
All right, yeah,
Tuesday
buddy.
night, God damn it. Let's still got that radio show. Come on.
Yeah, buddy. Wakey, wakey. Wakey,
Come on,
wakey.
wake up and fucking get going here.
We are. I'm telling good stories. We're about to get into Monday Night Raw. It's WZR Radio, baby. You know?
Live, baby, live. Oh, yeah.
Live, baby, live.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So we'll get into Raw here in just a second.
By the way, real quick, while we're talking about week, we're down a roommate over here. One of our roommates moved out.
Oh yeah.
Officially this morning at 4:03, I believe, a.m. Got on an airplane at 5:15 and flew to Ocean City, Maryland. Boom, out of here. Without
no notice or nothing? Did it in the middle of the night?
There was a fight, and he left. But let's put it this way. You have some great stories. You tell them well, too. And you get all worked up and shit. We call them the Clark's Ranch. It's beautiful. But, God, man, if you had any idea, if I actually really told you the full story, like you get a little piece like that, like, somebody moved out or something. If you knew the real story with that, represent, holy shit.
Well, you can't come on here and tease us like that. No, there was a fight. All we know that somebody.
It would take too much back explanation.
Well, all right. So let's start with 4 a.m. in the morning last night. There was a fight. Somebody got in a fight.
No, not 4 a.m. in the morning. It was like 1 a.m. in the morning. They got no fight.
All right. So the fight happened. So let's start with the fight. So 1 a.m. last night there was a fight. Who the fight involved?
1 a.m. All right. Yeah. Walk me through it. I'm a little tired. I might not keep up. All right. So last night. At 1 a.m. there was a fight. Not a physical fight. I don't think a verbal altercation, but an escalated verbal altercation.
Between who?
Between the two new guests at my apartment. Okay. I think I mentioned last week.
Okay. All right.
Anyways, I don't want to get specific. What's the point? What's the difference? Who cares?
All right.
Nobody has a deal anyway.
But okay.
Yeah. So we'll call roommate A and roommate B.
Okay.
So roommate A. God, I can't tell the backstory, even with roommate A and roommate B labels. But I'll just say roommate A and roommate B got into an argument about some shit that had been going on, and it was some bad shit. It was some bad shit that roommate A was doing, and roommate B doesn't do bad shit.
Okay.
So roommate B was pissed. Roommate B was pissed that a lot of money that they came here with was gone a lot quicker than the show did.
Okay, so roommate A's kind of a fuck up, and roommate B kind of lent him some money to roommate A, and
I have me right now. I guarantee you can guess which one is which. You know who's living here right now, right?
Well, yeah. It's are they involved in a relationship of sorts?
Yeah. A family thing. Yeah. Kind of, yeah.
Okay, so that's A. Okay, who's B? Give me B.
Oh, you're wrong. Wow, you're off.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So A.
He's already been living here. Obviously, so the two new additions. Well, her boyfriend's in jail. She lives here still.
All right. Okay. All right. That's A. That's A right there.
Correct.
All right. So anyway, so roommate B and roommate A. Come on, let's get on with it. Let's go.
So they get into the fight about all that. What I just explained, and roommate B says, "Fuck it, my brother. He's going away too. He's got another. There could have been a roommate C. Because roommate B and C.
All right, yeah.
They have similar whatever. But so the roommate C told roommate B, "You can come and fucking live up here if it gets too bad down there." And he says, "Fuck it." He called at 1 in the morning. And his roommate C's pretty well off, so he bought him an airplane ticket right there on the spot.
Okay.
And roommate B got no cab, got the rent out and moved.
Well, where's roommate A? Roommate A is the one that should have gone back to Maryland, right? He's still there.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, well, but it's not making much sense. You could tell me after we go off the air. I thought it was going to be a good story, but that sucked. That was terrible.
It's a good story if I get really specific. If I can't tell I think the backstory will make, but I can't get it all.
Yeah,
it doesn't take too long.
That was a shitty story. That was one of the worst stories we've ever heard on WZR.
And it's not because I gave it the big thumbs up. You insisted on going through it anyway. I told you I couldn't. Fuck you.
Yeah. That was garbage, bro. That was one of the worst stories ever been told on WZR radio. I'm just letting you know. That was bad. But anyway.
All right.
So anyway, let's move on, man. We're going to get into Monday Night Raw. Check out the official website of WZR Radio, WZROnline.com. We are on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube as well. Go to Facebook.com/WZRArmy. Go to YouTube.com/WZR Archive. Twitter, I'm not sure what the handle is, but go to WZROnline.com, top navigation bar, social media tab, little drop-down box. You can get all the links to Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, WZROnline.com. Also, tons and tons of photo galleries. Matty Boone's been doing a great job with photos over the past couple of days. There are tons of new galleries up. Go to WZROnline.com/photos to check those out. So, Monday Night Raw from last night, man. I agree with you from earlier. You know, it was a great crowd, and you knew that was going to be the case just due to it being in London, right? The O2 Arena. It's always a great crowd out there. They had SmackDown that was taped there earlier today as well. So I don't know, man. I mean, it was your typical Raw. You know, you had good moments and bad moments, and the bad outweighed the good, as per normal, as per usual, on Raw every week. They kicked it off. Paul Heyman is already out in the ring. Did you see Raw, by the way? You saw it, right?
Yeah, I watched it just a couple hours ago, actually.
So Heyman's in the ring, right? They opened right up. He's already out there, and
It's a good start. Yeah, I mean, I was like, oh, this could be a good show, you know. That was one of the highlights. That's such a not a 3-hour show. You don't want the best thing to be the first thing you see, and then everything else not compared to that.
So he's, Heyman's out there, and he's got what was supposed to be an email that he got from Triple H that was on his iPhone. And Triple H supposedly told Paul Heyman that he'd answer Brock's challenge next week, which would have been.
I gotta ask you a question right there. I gotta cut you off.
Yes.
He asked Triple H, what's that word again?
Supposedly.
Spell it real quick.
Spell supposedly?
I'll catch you. It's SUPPOS. Take it from there.
EDLY.
Let's say it again.
SUPPOSEDLY. Supposedly.
Oh, you're saying D.
Supposedly.
Why are you saying? Okay, you said you fucked that up. You're saying supposedly, but it's supposedly.
What are you on about, dude? Triple H supposedly told Paul. Oh, is it the way that I say it with the D?
Yeah, there's no such word, supposedly.
Supposedly, whatever. I throw a B. I blame it on the New York accent. Supposedly.
Yeah, it's the accent.
Supposedly. That's just, I don't know. It's how I do it. But anyway, so.
Supposedly it took you a long time to catch on to that fucking joke.
I am gonna kick your skinny, fat ass. You know your damn role and shut your damn mouth.
Now let's move on. All right. So anyways, that he's got an email that Triple H said that he was going to be here tonight, and he was going to answer the challenge that Paul Heyman had issued the previous week, where it was going to be a steel cage match between Triple H, a grudge match, steel cage match between Triple H and Brock Lesnar. So this immediately brings out Triple H. H comes out and basically gives Paul the pedigree, and then accepts Brock's challenge to a cage match at Extreme Rules. So we all knew that was going to happen. We knew Triple H was coming back. You knew that Brock wasn't going to be overseas in Europe, right? They're not going to fly him over there, especially with the contract that he's currently got. So they had Paul once again be the mouthpiece and took a pedigree from Triple H. So
took a pedigree, but also it was a nice setup they did there, where they acted like he wasn't there, so that the crowd could groan and go, oh. Yeah. And then he could get the monster pop when the music came. Like, oh shit, he is here. They were just quiet,
Yeah,
they did that just to guarantee a nice fucking pop, but they didn't need it. That crowd was hot as shit. The Fandango, we'll get to that. They were fucking crazy for that shit I was watching. I was getting goosebumps.
You just did it too. You want to talk about grammar and the way people say things? If you notice, and Jerry Lawler and Michael Cole, especially Michael Cole, does it all the time. Everybody says Fandango. Right? It's Fandango. Not
That's a name. That's not a word.
No, but I'm saying you're talking about the way that things are pronounced, supposedly and supposedly or whatever, right? Fandango, it's Fandango. You know what I mean, dude? You gotta breathe in the A's. Isn't that what he says?
It
Breathe.
really looks like it could be Fandango. I gotta tell you.
What was that? Your phone fucked up. What's the matter with your phone?
I think I just got text while I was in the call.
Yeah, well, we can barely hear you now. But anyways, listen.
Really?
There you go. Listen. Dong, right? Dong.
No, you're right. It looks like it should be Fandango when you look at it on paper.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. You know, Michael Cole does it all the time, anyways. But so anyways, the opening segment was pretty good to kick off Raw. Then we had the first match of the night. It was Antonio Cesaro against R-Truth. Cesaro just completely in the doghouse these days, man. They they got the title off of him the previous week, had him lose to Kofi Kingston. And, he lost here on Raw last night, man. In Europe as well, you know what I mean? So they can't even give him a hometown win, I guess is, what you would call it. Truth pinned Cesaro. It was a fairly quick match, man. I mean, they did have Cesaro dominate most of the match, and then, Truth came back. What was up throughout the night where at random points you would get these loud JBL chants that just came out of nowhere, but it was throughout the night? Did you notice that?
Yeah, I don't know. That was they were chanting JBL the 1 week after WrestleMania when the crowd was going apeshit the whole night. They were chanting JBL a lot then too. I don't know.
Well, they
used to do that for if you remember back in Nitro, they would chant like crazy for Larry Zbyszko on Nitro. They would do the Larry chant.
Yeah.
Commercials, and then they come back from commercials, they'd still be doing it.
Well,
like, what the fuck are they chanting for him for?
Okay, I mean, a couple of weeks ago, they chanted for Michael Cole, for Christ's sakes, you know what I mean? But there were no Cole chants, or there were no Jerry Lawler chants. It was JBL all night long. It was nobody else except for him. It was weird. What else? We had Damian Sandow against Brodus Clay. The Funkadactyls came out and did their whole thing. Sandow won here, pinned Brodus Clay with the schoolboy. Lawler on commentary kept trying to claim that Sandow, was trying to pull the tights up for the pin. It was just kind of weird that he kept referencing that after it was over, But and then we had Fandango's music played, right? Right in the middle of the match, and the crowd started doing it. They were doing the things with the hands, put them up to the side, and whatever. And you gonna no sell me there? Wake up, dude! Wake up! Hello, wakey, wakey!
What the fuck did you do? Did you send me a softball and I didn't fucking hit? I didn't even see it coming.
No, you're supposed to put your hands to the side like this. Put your hands to the side. See, I wish I had a webcam right now.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. It's the thing that you don't get the reference. You don't watch movies, but Will Ferrell did it in Wedding Crashers.
Yeah,
he does it. It's just funny. But anyways, yeah, it looks stupid. That's why, even if it's over, you're gonna have crowds that aren't gonna want to be the jerk off. They're doing that dumb fucking gesture.
Yeah.
To the goofy music. You know what I mean? And the rest of the world's like, what the fuck's wrong with those English people? Why are they so into that dumb fucking Fandango dance? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, there was a backstage segment. It was Dolph Ziggler, right? And they showed a replay of Dolph Ziggler cashing in and winning the world title at the post WrestleMania Raw. AJ comes up from behind, and Caitlyn is there as well. So you've got Dolph and AJ, basically ragging on Caitlyn. Big E standing on the other side of the hallway. And this is kind of funny where Dolph was like, "Yo, what are you doing creeping, dude? You're standing over there creeping. What the fuck is wrong with you, Chris Jericho, they said Vicky Guerrero walks up, tells Dolph that tonight he's going to be facing Chris Jericho, and if Jericho wins, she's going to put Chris in a world title match at Extreme Rules against Dolph Ziggler. Well, basically what we already know is Dolph Ziggler, Jack Swagger, and Alberto Del Rio are going to face off in a three-way for the world title, but if Chris defeats Ziggler tonight in a non-title match, it'll be made into a four-way match, so at the pay-per-view. That, we went to a commercial break. Oh, one real cool thing that happened was I love how they went outside and they showed the Shield arriving to the building or arriving in like a field outside the building, but they flew down in a helicopter. How cool was that?
Yeah, how cool was that? You know what it was? It was fucking Triple H's little pet project, always the Shield.
Yeah.
Getting the rug from what the fuck was that? Evolution. Because even in Evolution Titantron video, they would show that clip over and over again of them. It was Batista, Randy Orton, Ric Flair, and Triple H. They all wear suits and try to be the Four Horsemen, but they would arrive in a helicopter and they looked like first class. The Shield did the same thing, although they arrived in vests or whatever. But it looked like it was like the same kind of thing. Like they get the big fucking entrance in the helicopter. Why? It didn't make any fucking sense.
No, come on, that was awesome. It looked awesome, man. I mean, when they shot outside and they showed the helicopter flying in, and then the door opened and the Shield gets out and they all walk out of the helicopter, that was awesome, bro. That was a cool spot, I don't know. I thought it was cool.
Well, also, wasn't Fandango in the helicopter with them?
Fandango, not Fandango.
Fandango, whatever, dude.
But no, why would Fandango be in the helicopter?
It'll get to you. Fandango was also in the helicopter. They just didn't show him he just wasn't on camera.
Why would he be in the helicopter?
Like it was a shoot. They actually flew the Shield from where the fuck were they on last night in England? What was it?
Well, the segment was pre-taped. Obviously, they knew that they were going. So why would Fandango be in the helicopter?
I'm saying it was a shoot. They actually had the Shield fly from where they were Sunday in England to where they were for Raw in London. And they obviously shot it earlier in the day, but like they literally had them fly from the house show they were at Sunday night to the building for Raw in the helicopter.
I haven't heard that, but yeah, okay. We had Dolph Ziggler defeated Chris Jericho with a zigzag. Finally, man, Ziggler picks up a win. I thought going in, because they had set up in a backstage segment earlier where if Chris won, they were going to turn it into a fatal four-way at the pay-per-view, and Chris is going to be around here and there. I mean, the reason he was on Raw last night is Fozzy right now is overseas, doing a European tour. So it wasn't, there wasn't major travel involved yesterday to get Jericho to Raw. So they were able to use him yesterday. It just worked out. I mean, the timing was good enough where, they could have him appear last night. But so Ziggler picks up the win here. And the reason Jericho didn't win is after it was over, Fandango's music hit. Crowd sings along, of course. And this is where he never came out. I said this happened earlier, but I was wrong. This is where he never came out. So Jericho was distracted, and Dolph, kicked Jericho's knee and then hit the zigzag and picked up the win there. So it was basically just a distraction from Fandango, and then they continued the feud later in the night between Jericho and Fandango. We had Cody Rhodes against Tenzai. Tenzai picked up a win here. Thinking to myself, what did Cody Rhodes do to get into the doghouse? Cody came out in an interview earlier this week or last week and, said that he wanted more. He wasn't all that happy with, the way that his current WWE tenure had been going, and can you blame him? I mean, this is a case of a guy that's got, he's got the famous father in Dusty Rhodes, and Dusty is there every single week as he's part of the creative team. Why not do?
Especially with that, it's in that same family bloodline too, that they can give the excuse, well, how are you gonna fill the shoes of Dusty Rhodes? Look at what your brother did. We had him play this crazy fucking off the wall character, right, so that he didn't have to match his dad's fucking spotlight. He just had to carve his own niche doing this fucking gimmick or whatever. And then you had something like Fandango blow up and become this big craze, and now they got that to throw in people's faces. Like, hey man, fucking Fandango got pretty popular, wouldn't you say? And that was a goofy ass idea.
But it just seems to me like you've got a built-in storyline there between Cody Rhodes and his father Dusty, or at least have Dusty come out and manage Cody. Do something. Utilize Dusty Rhodes. It's not like he's not there on a weekly basis. utilize Dusty to get over Cody, and they're not doing it. And not only that, but Tensai, we talked about Tensai just a couple of weeks ago here, where he's like WWE's resident jobber, dude. He never gets a win. Tensai never gets a win. And last night, he gets a win over Cody Rhodes. I mean, what did Cody do? Cody's, you know what? And Cody came out and said that in the interview that he wasn't all that happy. This is just me. This is pure speculation.
Here we go.
This is no. This is well, no. Maybe he said something to management. You know how this stuff goes, man. Where a frustrated guy, like look at JTG, man. The dude was frustrated a couple of months ago, or even last year, going back to last year, spoke up. And he's not even being used. You know, he's used in dark matches or they job him out even more. It's like if you speak up, they're going to job you out even more. And we know that Cody is frustrated because he said so in an interview that I'm not all that happy with my current WWE tenure. I bet she spoke up and they said, you know what, you want to speak up and not wait your turn? We're going to job you out even more.
Two members of the teams wrestle later in the show. Who won that match? I mean, they probably just had to have one guy win one match, one guy win the other, and they're unimportant enough that it didn't really fucking matter who won which.
I could see Cody Rhodes being the type of guy where, you know, he's got an ego, man. He thinks, well, my father's, you know, head of creative or one of the main creative team writers, and I don't like the way I'm being used, and I got job security because my father works here. And probably spoke up, and they said, you know what, you want to speak up? Just like anybody else that speaks up and says, you know, I'm frustrated, they job you out even more, man. Happens all the time, unless you're like a guy like CM Punk or something like that. But I don't know. What else on Raw? We have Biggie Langston against Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder finally got on Raw, right? He's been teasing a gimmick change as of late on Twitter. You know, he brought back the YouTube show. It was only for like 30 or 40 seconds, right? And
it was a teaser saying that it might be coming back. And the fucking the gimmick change thing, I don't think he ever specifically. All he said was he's at Raw, and I won't need these. He posted a picture of his gear or whatever. I took it to mean he meant like, well, I assume I won't be on the show. You know, why would they put me on the show? I'm not gonna need this. You know, I'm not gonna need my ring gear.
Well,
I have to come to the building because it's my job.
If you watch the YouTube video, you know, the Z True Long Island story or whatever it is, he did the whole opening, and then he said, no, I can't do this. I can't do it. And then he took off all of his gear and put it down and walked out. And to me, I'm thinking, all right, he's getting rid of this gear. He's getting rid of the headband shit. And he's changing up his look. He's doing everything, and he's going to come out and be a heel instead of a babyface, a corny babyface, you know? That's how I took it. But, you know, we saw him on Raw last night, and nothing had really changed, you know? I mean, Zack had new entrance music, and I guess the spiked hair wasn't all that spiked up or whatever he tweeted today, you know? Biggie Langston picked up the win here, right? Or was it Biggie Langston that came out with the rap music, right? Zack Ryder had the same music. Yeah.
I know R2 came out rapping again last night. I don't know. I haven't seen him do that in a while. It was pleasantly fucking unpleasant as usual. But Biggie Langston, I noticed, he turned a babyface. Eventually he's gonna get fed up with Dolph Ziggler bossing him around too much. That's obvious.
Exactly.
And B, yeah. I like the little cool thing he did where after the pin, he like kept the guy's leg up, so he just laid there on him like, motherfucker, you can count to 10 right now. You're out. You know, I whooped your ass.
Yeah.
I'm a bad motherfucker. He's pretty cool. I like.
What'd you think of Team Hell No and The Undertaker teamed up? They did a backstage segment, which is kind of funny, earlier in the night where, Daniel Bryan wanted a hug from Kane, and Kane, kind of agreed to give it to him, and then Kane tells him, if you even think about hugging The Undertaker, bro, you are going to get fucked up, dude. So don't even think about it, bro. And then they were saying,
there was a Twitter joke, too. Who? Somebody said at the Hall of Fame that Undertaker, something about him tweeting or something. What the fuck was that about? You know what I'm talking about?
Taker doesn't have Twitter.
I know, but somebody at the Hall of Fame was joking. They jokingly said something about. Go with the chat. I don't know what I'm talking about. But he said something about. I don't know who it was. Undertaker. It was somebody like CM Punk or somebody. I can't remember who. But they made a joke about like Undertaker would never post a tweet or something like that.
Taker doesn't.
And then last night on Raw.
Taker doesn't carry a cell phone. Taker doesn't have a cell phone.
So what they said last night. Yes, I thought that was like connected to the Twitter fucking joke or whatever. Like Because he said it so matter of fact, you know the Undertaker doesn't carry a cell phone around like Kane said to Daniel Bryan or whatever. So I just thought that was funny.
I wonder if it's true. I wonder if it's true that he really doesn't carry a cell phone around. Everybody's got a cell phone these days, you know. But you know they do little ribs and things like that. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't have a cell phone. You know? Who knows? Who knows? Do you think the Undertaker carries a cell phone?
That's what I'm saying. I think it's more of the character. They're like, well, he's a dead man. Obviously, what the fuck does a dead man do with a cell phone?
No, you're right. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. What else? So we had a good match between these guys, man. The Shield and Team Hell No. The other joke with Daniel Bryan and Kane backstage, where Daniel Bryan was like, "No, it's Team Hell No," and Kane was like, "No, dude, it's the Brothers of Destruction with Daniel Bryan." And Daniel Bryan's like, "No, dude, it's Team Hell No with the Undertaker. What are you talking about?" You know what I mean? So they Team Hell No and the Undertaker, or Brothers of Destruction, and Daniel Bryan faced the Shield. The Shield remain undefeated when Dean Ambrose pinned Daniel Bryan. God, that goes back to like Ring of Honor and in the indie scene. Daniel Bryan, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins out there, you know? Damn, man. Anyways.
All that for 2 seconds. But no, the other thing I thought was
Jesus.
It felt like the first important match that the Shield has won. You know what I mean? Like it was the other like. It's just been up to this point a bunch of groups of 3 guys or fucking 3MB or a bunch of goddamn jobbers with weird gimmicks. But the Undertaker and Kane, when maybe just because of that enthusiastic London crowd, but when the Shield actually got the win, even with the way they got it, the crowd reacted like, damn, the Shield actually beat the Undertaker and Kane. Because the Undertaker's so fucking over with that streak, it's just weird to see him lose to this new group or whatever.
What is going on?
Tell me now, what are we doing?
No, how do you get the live numbers on the stream? Does it not do that anymore where you can't see how many people are listening live?
Yeah, I told you last week. Were you talking about when you hover over the screen, it's supposed to tell you how many listeners are listening or whatever?
It says one person, right?
No, I'm not in the chat room. I got a computer thing going on right now.
Oh, 148, is that what it is? Because we always have a couple hundred that listen live, and then like last week, remember how I said I was going to put the archives on the websites? Well, I think last week's show has like 2,000 downloads or something like that. I think we're over the 2,000 mark on it. So that's what I'm going to do, man. All the archives I'm going to put up on the main website so that people that, there's only a couple hundred that can catch us live on Tuesday nights, but then, we put it up on the main websites, and, we got almost 70 in the chat. Speaking of the chat room, get to our live chat room at WZROnline.com. /chat, WZROnline.com/chat. Get in there. Lots and lots of people in there, as always, tonight. We got moderators. I think our moderators are back. I had to take it off a couple of weeks ago. Like Dino UK, you're still yellow. I set you back. You got to refresh the chat, buddy. RKO, Monday Night McIntyre, you're back, right? You got to refresh the chat. You guys got to come back in. I think you're all set. I think you're good to go. Anyways, WZROnline.com/chat. Get in there. Lots and lots of people, as always, in there tonight. All right, back to Monday Night Raw. Shield, like I said, remained undefeated. We had Fandango against William Regal, man. It was cool to see Regal back, People don't realize.
Job too. You mentioned Cesaro. I mean, obviously Regal was going to lose, but it's Cesaro's job in his hometown earlier, and then Regal did later in the evening.
Well, I mean, whenever they go to London, they bring out Regal. A lot of people don't realize this, man. William Regal is one of the legit bad guys, like toughest guys in WWE. Like, let's say in real life, if there was one guy backstage in WWE that you wouldn't want to get in a fist fight with, William Regal is supposed to be like a badass. Somebody said that in an interview a couple of years ago, that William Regal was
Dude,
one.
I posted that shit on back in the day. We used to have this ongoing. You know how we'll riff about something, and it'll become like a regular feature. We kind of call back on the show or whatever. This is awesome, shit like that. One of the things, like Victoria wears no panties. Remember when you do that weird shit or whatever fuck? Victoria wears no panties. You'd say something like that because it looked like you didn't see a panty outline in her
Right.
Anyways,
Yeah.
one of the other ones you hated William Regal. You thought he was the most boring worker ever.
I still do.
Two facts about I told you 2 facts about Regal at the time that you said both couldn't be true. That I had to be fucking smoking crack, not knowing what I was talking about, whatever the fuck. I told you, A, he's considered one of the best technical workers. He had the match with Chris Benoit at the Brian Pillman Memorial Show that was considered a classic at the time. And B, he's considered a legitimate bad motherfucker. And there was an instance in WCW where Goldberg it was when he was first starting up with the streak and everything. And he was notoriously stiff with everybody, and he fucking pissed Regal off during a match being too stiff with him. And Regal basically, without making it obvious to the fans in the arena or watching on TV, kind of showed Goldberg just privately in the ring, like, here's what I could do if you keep that fucking stiff bullshit up. I can fucking control you, and I can whoop your motherfucking ass in front of all these people. You might want to fucking calm the fuck down, he was considered that kind of a tough guy. Because Goldberg is a big motherfucker, and he was a football player. He's a legit athlete, too.
Right.
So Regal was a badass, you're right.
Yeah, no doubt. And they always bring him back, like I said. In London, a lot of times he comes out, and it was just basically for one night. Have him come out. He got a huge pop, man, and you knew that was coming. I mean, come on, they're in London, you know what I mean? We had Fandango obviously picked up the win here. William Regal's not going to be a weekly fixture on TV. It was just due to the fact they were in London. He's got a finisher, right? It's basically a shell shock, which is Ryback's finisher, but it's more like the one that Alex Shelley from TNA does. He uses.
If I had sleep, I'd be a lot sharper right now. Actually, I gotta get the fucking chair. There's a name for that move. It's an obvious fucking name too. It's like a regular move that people use, but I'm drawing a blank right now. I can't think of it.
Reverse STO.
That's it. Yeah, STO. All right.
Yeah. We had a Divas Battle Royal, right? It was AJ Lee and who else was in there? Layla was in there.
It's funny that you said that. Not to cut you off, but the one thing I was like, I take mental notes when I'm watching, trying to think of shit to talk about. And like the one thing that I kept thinking about with that was, I swear to God, if the announcers weren't mentioning names right now, the only person I'd recognize in this entire match is AJ. I didn't know a single other fucking bitch's name in that match. Not one.
No, you knew Layla. I mean, Layla's been around for a while. She did the.
They were saying names that I knew, but I couldn't put the names with the faces.
Yeah, Oksana was in there as well. I mean, when it was all said and done, you knew that AJ Lee, she was the biggest name in there. So they're gonna continue the angle that they've been doing. It was basically a number one contenders Diva Battle Royal for a shot at the women's title, which Caitlyn holds. Caitlyn was on commentary. God, don't put people on commentary, especially the divas. Like, don't put people that are just terrible on commentary. That's a tough thing to do, man. You're out there live national television. You've got somebody in your headset, telling you exactly what to say. And then you've got, in addition to somebody in the headset telling you exactly what to say line for line, you've got to deal with Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler asking you questions as well. So you're trying to answer their questions while being fed lines in the headset, and when it comes across on TV, it's like, oh my
I'll tell you
God,
exactly what it
this
is.
is brutal.
It's a mixture of both, but it's scripted shit with improvised shit mixed in and makes it confusing, especially the dumb, ditzy fucking divas and shit. Like, you're sitting there, or true divas, whatever, we'll talk about it. Total diva, whatever that fucking show's called. But you're sitting there, and you've got somebody, like you said, telling you what to say, or they've showed you what to say, they tell you what they want you to say. And while you're sitting there trying to do that, you have somebody else, like Michael Cole or JBL, just trying to talk to you since you're a new fucking face at the broadcast booth.
Right.
And because there are questions, you don't have pre-scripted answers, so you got to fucking improvise with that shit. But then also, after that, mix in the shit that they want you to say, or that they're in your headset screaming, hey, fucking say this, say this. And meanwhile, you're like, well, the guy just asked me what my favorite color is. I had to tell him fucking pink. I couldn't tell him. I'm going to kick, what's their face's ass this Sunday. That's not the right answer to what's my favorite color. It doesn't make any sense.
Then, real quick, man, we got 2 minutes. We're right on target. This is what I like, man. We're right on target tonight, right? We killed a little bit of time in the beginning. Then we get through Monday Night Raw. We get done with that in hour number 1. Hour number 2, we're going to be talking The Rock and Rosa Mendez, those two stories. We're going to open it up for live phone calls. We're going to do the rapid fire. We'll be out of here right at 10 o'clock Eastern time. That's the way it's supposed to.
I really hope we get out of here at 10 o'clock, especially if you're going to stay up later and do that other shit, because I am so tired. I'm like talking a mile a minute.
All right, let's
like I'm not, but I'm fucking beat.
So we'll finish up Raw, man. The main event segment, it was Mick Foley, right, who earlier in the show, everybody's telling Mick, don't go out there. It's Ryback. You don't need to explain yourself. John Cena comes up and he gives him a steel chair, right? So Mick Foley comes down to the ring. He's got the steel chair, and he says, he wants to know where the Ryback of 2012 had gone. The man that feared nothing and always begged for more. And he says, I'm in the ring right now, but there's one guy missing. It's Ryback, right? So eventually Ryback comes out, and Ryback, this is like, all right, Ryback was a little bit corny last night on the microphone, but I'm telling you, you give him like a more badass gimmick. I always go back to this, man. If Ryback was to come out, and I'm not saying rehash an old gimmick, but if Ryback was to come out, all right, and be like, I'm going to kick your ass in 2 seconds and call out Vince McMahon and call out anybody and do this badass Stone Cold Steve Austin type gimmick. He's got it on the microphone, all right? You can clearly see it. He's got it on the microphone. Where if they did the exact same thing that they did with Steve Austin, and I'm not saying do that. It's already been done. But if they gave him the Steve Austin gimmick, the beer drinking, middle finger flipping, he could be that guy. But,
no, he could.
yes, he could. Yes, he could. No, I'm telling you. Dude, Ryback could be the next Steve Austin if they would give him this, middle finger flipping, beer drinking. He could be it. I can see it. When I see him cut a promo, all right? He's even got kind of like an Austin-esque voice, man. He's man. But there's something where he's got the whole feed me more.
He has a goatee and he's a badass. What does he have anything in common with Steve Austin? Please, you tell me.
He's got a gimmick right now where it's like feed me more, and everybody's stuck on that gimmick. Everybody's stuck on the whole feed me more, da 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 da. Put him in a different gimmick. Put him in a more badass type gimmick, man, without the whole feed me more crap, and let him.
You could say that. The exact same thing you just said right there about it. You could say Fandango. Fandango had a decent body. He looks like he could be a badass if they portrayed him as a badass.
Yeah, anybody could. Anybody could. And anybody could, bro. Anybody could be the next Austin, dude. I'm just saying that this guy's got.
They could be the next Austin. They could push him as a badass character, like they want him to be the next Austin.
Yeah.
The thing with Austin was he had a unique charisma that you're not giving him enough credit for. Just because Ryback and you like the way he talks on the mic. He doesn't sound anything like Austin. His charisma is completely different. If you can even say he has charisma.
Oh, I think he sounds.
He's boring as shit. I think he's just a body.
He sounds a little bit like Steve Austin. I can see it in his voice. I can hear it in his voice, man. I mean, I don't know, man. He's just stuck with the whole feed me more gimmick right now, and I feel like, let's see what happens over the years, man. The guy's a young guy. He's going to be there for years and years to come. He's not going to have this gimmick forever, obviously. 5 years from now, he's probably going to be doing something different. But I really think that this dude's got potential. If they go with it, this guy's got potential. Everybody sees right now. Everybody sees what WWE's putting in front of them right now. Look beyond that, man. Think about him in a different gimmick. Don't think about right now what you see on TV with Ryback. Just look beyond that in 5 years from now. Maybe he'll be portraying a goofy guy. I mean, they'll turn him into just a fucking complete goofball, which isn't going to happen. But you never know, man. You got to look beyond what you guys are seeing right now, and I think a lot of people are stuck on that, what they see on TV right now. We'll see what happens over the years. But Jesus Christ, what?
You have no idea. In addition to the fact that I could be in a completely silent, soundproof professional radio studio and I sound like shit because of how tired I am. So if you add in the amount of text that I have had to fucking answer while I'm trying to talk to you, and then run out and tell them what the person's saying, run back and respond, and then the fucking baby screaming right now and about to drive me nuts. I want to kill someone. Let's do a commercial so I can go kill my fucking sister real quick.
Wow.
I'm fucking noise too. I'm fucking trying.
Wow. You are listening to WZR Radio with Matt Boone and Ryan Clark. We'll be back right after this. WZR Radio, WZROnline.com. I'm Ryan Clark. He's Matt Boone. And we're going to be here for the next 2 hours. 1 hour talking pro wrestling. We ain't going no 3 hours. You get the hell out of here with that. So, check it out. Go to my Facebook page right now. We forgot to plug this. the second post down because I just put up a brand new photo. You can check it out. Hour number 2, that's what's going on.
What are you putting up photos for? That's my job, but I'll tell them how they can do that. They can log on to their little web browsers, or however they choose to do that, computer or cell phone. They can go to WZROnline.com/photos. Check it out.
So you can also go to my Facebook page, and you can go to facebook.com/RyanClarkWZR, and you can submit questions for the rapid fire segment. It's actually the second post down. It's due to the fact that during the commercial break I went out there, poured myself a nice glass of Molson Ice, and I put a photo up on my Facebook page. Go check it out. It's a beautiful thing, man. It looks gorgeous. How about that? You like that photo up there? Beautiful. It's in a Red Robin cup. That's what makes it bad. It's not really a beer glass, you know.
Red Robin, ain't that what they do?
That's it too. Yeah. My sister used to work there, man. So yeah, I got some beer. What's the matter with the volume? What are you saying about the volume? Some people have volume problems. Other people don't. You know, you got to. I don't know.
With me?
No, but I mean, some people say they can. Turn your speakers up. You know what I mean? I don't know. Right? Are we having volume problems? What's the problem?
I have no idea. I don't know.
I don't know. Some people, you know, I don't know. Turn the speakers up a little, just because you know, sometimes you're gonna have to adjust your speakers. I mean, for most people, it's good. You know, I don't know if you're having volume issues. It's on your end, because for 95% of you guys, it's all good. You know what I mean? I don't know. So what's this? What are you bitching about during the break? Trying my ass off. You have no idea. 1 hour sleep.
I'm not even getting into it. I'm fucking pissed right now. You can see me. It even looks pathetic at this point, because I have to sit about a foot away from the walls if I have to be plugged into the charger because my phone's dead.
Well, I'm sorry. We'll be out of here in an hour. I'm sorry. We'll take some phone calls.
Well, I'm not saying even do nothing. I'm just saying. It's pissing me off.
All right. Caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up?
Hey, Ryan.
Hi.
Firstly, thank you for getting PWS up and working again.
Oh, yeah. No problem, buddy. Who's this? Mac?
No, this isn't Mac. This is a moderator, regular moderator.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt. We had some problems yesterday. You know what happened is, you know, the server went down yesterday, and then when we brought it back up, there's something called MySQL, and when we rebooted that yesterday, all these database errors and everything else, but should all be fixed now. I think it's up and running good, right?
Yeah, it's all good now.
No doubt.
And while we're on PWS, for everyone in the Army, PWSforums.com, official website of WZROnline.com.
Yeah, man, it is, man. It's for anybody that likes forums. You know what I mean? Mac's always yelling at me. He says, "Yo, man, you got to plug these forums, dude. Plug the forums." You know, for ProWrestlingScoops.com, WZROnline.com, TNAWrestlingNews.com, MMAScoops.com, pretty much all of my websites, I use the same forum, which is PWSforums.com. So they're all linked to that one forum, and it's got thousands and thousands of members and posts, and you guys do an awesome job over there, man, with galleries and everything. You really do, man. I try to leave you guys alone, you know what I mean? I try not to get involved. I'll let you guys do your thing, but it's got...
Hey, anytime you want to come on, it's appreciated.
All right, no doubt.
I'll see you in there.
All right, thanks for your help, too, dude. I appreciate it. So check it out, PWSforums.com. They're always yelling at me because I don't plug it enough. So really, I mean, if you're into forums and stuff like that, go check it out. Really, PWSforums.com.
Yeah.
How you like that plug, Boone?
Yeah, I was just saying I cut it off right when you did the domain too about that. But you can't run as many ads on your forums, right? So there's really no incentive to try and promote your forums. You can't really make that much money off them anyway because they're unregulated and uncensored and all that shit, right?
You cannot make any money off forums, which is why I only have one forum. You know, I would do separate ones for WZROnline.com and, you know, for each website, but you don't make any money off it. So I just combined it into one big forum. And then I had a guy, you know, I had an admin, and, you know, he's been around for 10 years. I mean, however long I've had the forums, and he's got some personal issues that he's been dealing with, and it created a lot of, I mean, members were getting kind of pissed off at him. So, I brought in this new admin. His name's Mac. I think there's another guy, Swinney, I think his name is, and they do a great job, man. And then, they hired a bunch of moderators and everything else.
I was gonna say, ain't it funny how every couple of years you got to come in and do your own version of spring cleaning and play the forum politics, see if the leader is popular with the fucking followers.
You know what it is?
You got to be careful who you replace them with, because if you put somebody,
Yeah.
And that, and the other thing I was gonna say is, I told you that MMA News, they might be giving that to me or whatever. So I'm trying to look at the numbers and this and that, how much the traffic does, this and that. I'm just trying to get a little scope on things.
Yeah.
And it turns out that a large percentage of our overall traffic is derived from the forums or whatever.
Yeah.
Which does me no good as far as that concert goes. And then we actually have more members on our Facebook page than we get unique by far. Daily on the website, shit like it's almost to the point where it would be, if we were advertising something, it would be a lot more effective to reach people if you were to mention it on the forum or the Facebook than the actual website.
I try not to get involved in my forums. I let the admins take care of it and the moderators, and it's like a community that they have over there, and I try not to bother them.
Their own little world, yeah.
It's their own little world, and I try not to get involved. I kind of let them do what they want over there, and then if there's really a problem, like a database problem or something like that, I'll come in and try to fix it. But other than that, I try to leave the members alone.
Did you get my voicemail the other day about that? Was that a real thing, or was that just on my computer?
Voicemail for what?
I called you early too when I was up working.
Oh yeah, no,
thing about your site.
That was the thing yesterday when the server crashed, and it brought the regular sites back online, but it fucked the forums all up. So I was working on that this morning. I think it's all fixed now.
Nice.
I think everything's fixed now. So we're good to go. But anyways, check it out, pwsforums.com. All right, we're gonna do the rapid fire segment here in just a minute. We're also gonna be taking your live phone calls. You guys can call us. It's 518-712-3070. 518-712-3070. Caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up? Fucking weirdos, man. Weirdos. He did the Fandango thing, right? Is that
all I could hear was heavy breathing, but I assume that's what it was.
Weirdos. Some weirdos. 518-712-3070. Alright, let's
and you can join us in fucking live radio broadcasted phone sex like the last caller just tried.
And you can tell jokes. You can give us jokes. I got a joke for you. What do you call cheese that's not yours? Nacho cheese. Nacho cheese.
That one, there's something about it. It's clearly corny, but I like that joke. So,
I know.
I didn't make the other two corny. But that one's kind of, I don't know, I like it.
Yeah, it's not bad. It really isn't bad. So you can call up whatever you guys want to talk about. Any questions, any comments, any jokes, whatever, man. Give us a call. 518-712-3070. Get to our live chat room, WZROnline.com. /chat, WZROnline.com/chat. Get in there. Lots and lots of people in there as always tonight. We pretty much finished up Raw. I mean, basically what happened is the Shield came out, and the Shield, came in and they attacked Ryback, and Cena was on the outside, and basically everybody's thinking, all right, well, Ryback didn't help Cena last week, so Cena's gonna return the favor and not help Ryback this week, and Cena eventually, wound up coming in, made the save for Ryback, and then kind of smirked at him like, yeah, see, man, I am here to help you. I mean, that's the whole storyline. Ryback got pissed off last week that Cena always turned his back and was never there to help, right? So last week, Ryback returned the favor and walked out on Cena. And this week, Ryback's being attacked and Cena actually ran in and helped him. So that's the whole storyline that they're going. Obviously they're going to have the one-on-one contest at Extreme Rules, probably with a stipulation which will be added in the coming weeks. But that's the whole gist of the angle. Caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up?
Hey man, how's it going?
It's going good. How are you?
Good, man.
You think pretty much the Aces and Eights and pretty much NWO?
I don't know if I'd go as far as to call the Aces and Eights the NWO, but yeah, I mean, you could see the similarities, where Aces and Eights comes in and tries to take over the company, and it's basically the normal TNA guys on the roster versus the Aces and Eights. It's kind of like a takeover, but the NWO is completely different. I mean, all stables and factions are different. Evolution, NWO, Degeneration X, Aces and Eights. I mean, I do like what they're doing with the Aces and Eights storyline. It's got people talking, Whenever somebody references TNA these days, the first thing that comes to mind is, the Aces and Eights group. So, that's what they're doing. Are you alright, man?
It's just more of the same shit. I'm still doing it. I'm trying not to affect.
I know. It's just, I can tell you're pissed off, man. I
swear, it's fucking. Why does it always have to fall between 8 and 10 on Tuesday?
You want
some kind of big dramatic bullshit?
You want to scream? You want to let it out? You want to just? Whoa!
Dude, it's funny. That song's been stuck in my head all fucking day.
What? Let it all out.
I want to scream and shout and let it all out. You listen to music and not watch the movie too. Will I Am another Britney Spears song?
Yeah.
TV.
Well, I know what it is. Let it all out. Okay. Let it all out. Yeah. These are the right? How do the lyrics go?
No, you dickhead.
What? Shout, shout, let it all out. These are the.
Anyway, I can't even think.
What?
Well, I'm trying to think of the band. I'm clearly not talking about that song. Are you kidding me? I don't know who this is. I gotta take this song.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get the song up. I want to play the song. What are you taking phone calls? Look at this guy. Get to our live chat room, WZROnline.com. This is what he's talking about right here. Let's see.
Bring the action.
When he was in the club.
Oh, God.
We're gonna turn the shit up. We're gonna turn the shit up. When we open the...
That's not the one I was talking about, man. I'm talking about fucking... Let me see if I can get it up here. Hold on. Oh, come on. Wait a minute. Where's the one I'm looking? You guys know what I'm talking about in the chat, right? Shout, shout. This is it right here. Listen. Let's see. Yes! Yes! So the day. So come on! Yeah! Come on! Let's let it play. Shout! Shout! Let it all out!
What's the name of the
These
band?
are Tears for Fears. Yeah. That's well, I played the one you were talking about, the Britney Spears and Will I Am. What was that, dude? Are you kidding me? What are you even playing that for?
Song that guy, it sounds the same. They play it on the radio a lot.
All right, caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up?
What's up, Ryan? What's up, Matt?
How you doing?
Yeah. Good. Hey, Matt, come on, man. Cheer up. Show sucks when you're quiet.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Yeah, you don't understand. Ryan likes the show a lot. I don't like to throw him down, and I'm not retarded. I can tell I'm shitting the bed this week. I don't like to shit the bed because then I gotta wait 7 days to make up for it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hey, but Ryan, I got a joke.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
Let me hear it.
All right, bear with me for a sec. I know it doesn't compare to your toonie fish, but I think you'll like it.
Okay.
So the rich man and the poor man, they were discussing what they got their girlfriends for Christmas. So the poor man asked the rich
Flippers and go fuck yourself. I guarantee you that's where you're going for this.
No, all right, no doubt. Let him do it. It's something. This is gonna end with something where it's gonna be like, and by the way, Boone's better than you. But it's all good. Let him go. Let him go.
No, it's not. It's not. Watch. So
Did I just guess the joke? I guess the joke, right?
It's a joke. It's a joke. So
No. Did you hear what I just said? I guarantee you I know what you're gonna say.
All right, well let him tell the joke. You
It's
shut.
a long fucking joke, but all right, go ahead.
All right, let me hear
It's
it.
not long.
All right.
It's not long. The poor man said, I got my the rich man said, I got my girl a Mercedes and a watch. He said, why'd you get her a Mercedes and a watch? He said, so that if she doesn't like the watch, she can return it in the Mercedes. And he asked the poor guy, he's like, what did you get your girlfriend? He's like, I got her a dildo and slippers. He's like, why'd you get her a dildo and slippers? He said, so if she doesn't like the slippers, she can go fuck herself.
Ah, I like it, dude. I like it. It was a whole build-up to the whole, if she doesn't like the slippers, because the rich man goes and he gets her a bunch of fucking good shit, the Mercedes and everything else. Well, the poor man ain't got nothing, dude. So, you get the dildo.
All right, Ryan just cheered me up. I love when you do that shit, dude. That's fucking awesome.
What?
Well, I'm going to tell a long joke, and then you somehow make an even longer exploration of why the joke was funny and shit. Like, you're breaking it down scientifically.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Funny because
It was
the rich
beautiful.
guy can afford two nicer chips than the poor guy.
Yeah.
But the poor guy bought something funny.
Yeah, that was
It's funny
beautiful.
Because
Yeah.
he fucked himself with dildos, and that's funny.
Ah, it's beautiful.
You have a vagina!
Shut your mouth, dude. Shut your mouth.
There you go.
All right, get to our live chat room, WZROnline.com /chat, WZROnline.com/chat. All right, so before we take any more phone calls, we need to talk about Rosa Mendez, all right? Rosa was overseas with WWE on the European tour. There were some reports on some websites that she had been sent home, and those reports stated that she was intoxicated for most of the tour. She came out on Twitter. Actually, WWE issued a statement. It came to all of us, all of our, all the reporters, came to all of our inboxes, sent out from WWE's public relations department. They said that she had been sent home to take care of some personal issues. Rosa then came out on Twitter and said that it involved a personal issue. What those personal issues are, I'm thinking it's more in the lines of damage control, from what the reports state, and I don't know anything other than the reports that were already out there. She was intoxicated, and WWE finally made the call to say, you know what, if you're going to come out here and make an ass out of yourself and an ass out of the company, we are going to send you home. And then everybody, they always ask about WWE releases. Are they coming? Basically what happens is every single year WWE holds WrestleMania. About a week or two after WrestleMania, they go on a long overseas tour to Europe. It's the same thing every year. When they get back from that tour, it's normally about a week or two after the tour ends on a Friday.
You got some spring cleaning, yeah.
It normally happens on a Friday where they do spring cleaning. So they are going to be home this weekend. I believe they get back on Saturday or Sunday. Then they're going to have TV in Columbus, Ohio for Raw on Monday. I would say if spring cuts are going to happen, they're going to happen at the end of next week. Obviously, they're not going to happen this week because, almost the entire roster is overseas. So they're not going to fire people overseas and then send them back home one by one. They're going to wait for everybody to get back into America. They're going to wait until after the TV tapings, probably next week. And then at the end of next week or the week after, I would say within the next month or so, you're going to see, WWE roster cuts. And if that does turn out to be the case, Rosa Mendez, this is obviously not going to do her any favors. Not that it really mattered anyway. I think she would have probably been on the list anyways before this happened. Primo, Epico, and Rosa really haven't, been featured on WWE TV in prominent roles. So I think she was on the In Jeopardy list, if you will. Speaking of Jeopardy... Rosa Mendez, you are fired. But we'll see what happens here in the.
Is that all that was? I didn't know what the fucking significance of the Jeopardy thing was.
Well, it was like you know, the Jeopardy theme kind of. It's like the countdown after the European tour, maybe the week after or 2 weeks after, and then when the Jeopardy theme runs out, you are fired. It was a good setup if you could have heard it, you know, but.
If you would have set it up, yeah.
It was set up nicely. I played the Jeopardy theme followed by the You Are Fired. It was perfect.
I guarantee you, I was the only person who had any idea like you put Jeopardy theme song. Until you tied it together, what the fuck it should have for? Nobody knew what the Jeopardy song was playing for, dude.
It was a beautiful setup, bro. It was a beautiful setup. The Jeopardy theme was playing because I referenced Jeopardy before I played the theme. You know what I'm saying? Her job was in Jeopardy. Speaking of Jeopardy, do, followed by You're Fired. It all made perfect sense. You're just too tired or stupid to realize that it was great. See, people in the chat, they know. They know.
I never told paying attention to. I didn't even say Jeopardy, so.
Yeah, it was a beautiful setup, but you ruined it, so whatever. Anyways, so here we go. So that's the Rosa Mendez story. We'll see what happens with releases and everything else. Now, we'll take one phone call, then we're going to talk about The Rock, and then we're going to have about 20-25 minutes to do your rapid-fire questions. I always hate when unknown phone numbers are calling, because they're normally pranks, you know. But
risky business.
See what we got. Caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up?
Hey, what's happening, guys?
What's going on, buddy?
Hey, I'm just kind of, just a couple quick questions, and I'm going to get off the air. But I love your songs, man. The Shout, that was a good one, man. And the Lil Wayne and the... Man, that was good music. Y'all doing it tonight.
Thank you.
But what's up with Ryback? Why is he getting a big push? Who has he beat lately, and what's going on with him? I'm going to let y'all go, and I'd like to hear about The Rock later. I'm waiting to hear it. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate the support. What's up with the Ryback? You know, I mean, listen, you've got to push new guys, right? Triple H, Taker, people like that, they're not going to be around forever. So you've got to build up new guys, and Ryback's got the look that they normally look for. You know, a big guy, you know, great size, and you know it really took off.
Well,
I mean,
the sad honesty about Ryback is that he was the guy that got over in spite of, you know, like the crowd got him over. Like they just decided that they liked him one day, and for the reasons you just said, they can't have CM Punk versus John Cena 80 times. They needed a main eventer, so they finally did something right. They're like, well, Ryback caught fire with the crowd. He's a big motherfucker. He's got the right look. Let's try and push him. But then they push him all fucked up, and he's like stale as hell already. Like you have him go out and job every fucking pay-per-view, and then you wonder why the crowd doesn't believe he's this unstoppable monster. Like, we've never even seen him win yet. What the fuck? Because he's big, we're supposed to think he's unbeatable?
Right, and the whole Feed Me More thing, like you said, you know, really got him. Yeah. It got him over with the crowd, though, and that's part of the reason where, you know, if the crowd
takes... He got us over in that John Cena, Hulk Hogan, it's uncool to like him, uncool to be a Ryback fan kind of way.
Right. But if the crowd takes after a chant or something like that and gets behind a guy, you know, they're gonna push him, and that's pretty much what happened with Ryback. I remember Ryback when he was in NXT under the name Skip Sheffield, and he'd be like, "What it do? What it do?" You know what I mean, dude? He used to have that gimmick, and then
the cowboy hat and all. He had a bunch of gimmicks off the team.
Not only that, but remember, somebody got injured. I think it might have been CM Punk, and Ryback was. Remember, they did the backstage segment where Mick Foley was attacked by somebody or something backstage, right? And Ryback was standing there with a grin on his face, and that's where the whole thing started with Ryback, where he wasn't even supposed to be in that spot. And they put him in there as a replacement. Was it John Cena maybe? That somebody got hurt, man, and Ryback, you know, stepped up, and that's who it was. John Cena got hurt, and Ryback wound up stepping up and was put into that main event position, and then they've continued it from there. But it was kind of a fluke where Cena got hurt and Ryback was put right in there, you know. So
yeah, just a series of circumstances. It was like. Shit, look at the world. Dolph Ziggler wasn't he with somebody? Wasn't he in the Spirit Squad at one point? And then he played like a security guard.
You're right.
Girl on Raw at one point. Like, yeah, like now he's he's one of the top guys.
Right.
You have to excuse me for 3 seconds, just 3 seconds, and I'll let you hear this one. Shut the fuck up!
Oh, there you go, buddy. Yeah.
I gotta drop the wife bullshit at some point and just like, yo, shut your fucking mouth. You know I'm doing a show in here, right?
Right? Yeah. Tell her how it is. Did you get a response out of that?
Well, I feel bad. It's a fucking baby screaming. She can't turn the off button on or nothing. But shut him off already. Jesus Christ.
Man. Damn! My man. Alright, here, we could do this one.
You know your damn role.
Yeah.
And shut your damn mouth.
Shut your damn mouth, kid, right?
I wish I had shit like that, so I could just walk out there and start playing sound drops like that.
Right.
Just fucking like, just walk out right to their face and just like, no, you fucking motherfucking won't shut the fuck up.
Alright, so listen, we talked about this to open the show with Rock, man. Rock came out, did an interview with Peter Rosenberg of Hot 97. And Rosenberg is, a big, he reads the dirt sheets, man. He's been open about it. He's a huge pro wrestling fan. And he basically asked The Rock about the reports that were out there about him being injured and then, no-showing the Monday Night Raw the night after WrestleMania. And Rock's response to this was, after the injury at WrestleMania, this is what Rock claims, after the injury at WrestleMania 29, he went to Vince McMahon and went to Triple H and went to WWE management and told them that he was injured and that he wasn't going to be on Raw the following day. I don't know if he referenced, I wasn't going to be at Raw the following day.
He said that he got checked out backstage for a hernia right after the show, and that he had told, who was the list of guys? Triple H, CM Punk, Vince McMahon, and some other one that didn't make any sense. John Cena. CM Punk was the one I didn't understand why he told him to, but maybe it's just... He told them all that he was going to get his doctor to check him out after
here's what is 100% confirmed. Rock refused to see WWE's doctors backstage and immediately left the stadium after his match. Refused to see WWE's doctors and immediately left the stadium.
They lied.
All right, this is what he's telling Peter Rosenberg. Also, keep in mind, this is also confirmed. At Raw on Monday, the script that they had wrote during the morning called for Rock to open the show and be in a segment with Brock Lesnar. All right? There was to be a segment where Rock would attack Brock and they would set up a match for either, there are conflicting reports whether it was going to be SummerSlam or WrestleMania 30 in New Orleans. All right? They wrote this during the morning hours on Monday. Not until 3 p.m., and this is where there was just panic and chaos at Raw at 3 o'clock when they found out that Rock wasn't going to be at Raw. Let me ask you this. If Rock told Vince, Triple H, John Cena, and others, hey, I'm not going to be at Raw on Monday, do you think that at 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon when they found out Rock wasn't going to be there, do you think they would have even wrote Rock into the Raw script on Monday? Of course not. If Rock had told them that I'm injured...
They would have had, they wouldn't have made such a big part of the show around his involvement, and they would have had something to where if he didn't show up, they could have easily switched to something else, and it was pretty clear that they had to do some major rewrites once they found out for sure that he wasn't going to be there.
Major rewrites when they found out for sure on Monday that he wasn't going to be there. So he would have never been booked on Monday morning to be featured in the show if he went to Vince, Triple H, and other members of management the night before and said, hey, I'm hurt, I'm not going to be here. They had, come Monday morning, the Monday morning following WrestleMania, they booked it as Rock was going to be at Raw. Then, like I said last week, they couldn't get a hold of Rock until 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and when they did, it was between 3 and 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a Monday when they had already booked the show, and he was in the opening segment of Raw. Somebody's lying here, and it's Rock. Rock is trying to...
That's not confirmed that the Rock's lying. I wish it was confirmed, because I was going to say, I can't wait until after the show to go on YouTube and check the video out, because that means The Rock, if it was confirmed that he was lying, I would like to look at his face and just see what he looks like when he's telling a bold-ass fucking lie with a camera pointed on him. But then as you kept talking, I had longer to keep thinking in my head, and I thought, well, he's an actor. I guess it's like kind of his job to be a professional bullshitter. You know, to act like he's sad when he's not. You know, when he's paid money for it. But still, it's just funny to know there's videos of him fucking lying his ass off right in front of the camera and saying, "Oh no, I told him." I told him right after the match, and then it comes out, he didn't tell shit. He had no idea what was coming.
Let me play what we have here. I'll try to get it to the point.
And a lot of times in these big hero challenges, when they fail, in all likelihood you're going to be going home. And when there's $1 million on the line, you're doing it for your kids, and you fail at something. That's a big tough pill to swallow. That was a big moment.
Well, it starts June 6th on TNT. I'm very excited about it. I have you in front of me, okay? And I live for wrestling. I absolutely love it.
This is where he says it.
I wish I'd had more time to be able to build a rapport with you to talk to you about wrestling, because there's so much I'd love to talk to you about.
I love it, man.
But I want to start with this. I want to start with a hard question I normally would wait for.
Okay.
But it's what everyone's asking, and I feel like the wrestling world hasn't gotten to hear it from you directly.
Okay.
Was this the last one? That's what everyone's saying. They're saying it was the last one. Do you feel like this was the last one?
Possibly, to be honest with you. And, you know, this is an exclusive you're getting. This is exclusive shit right here.
Believe me.
This is exclusive. This is an exclusive. Get out of here, Rock. Get out of here, bro.
No, Rocky. I'm thankful that you're giving it to me.
Possibly. You know, the goal 3 years ago was I sat down with Vince McMahon, we strategized about it, talked about 3 WrestleManias, back to back, boom, 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 and building to those. And I committed myself to the company, and I was very proud of that moment. Didn't matter if it lost or did the job or not, but it was an honor to do the honors. And in the wrestling world, there is no better way to give back to the business, as you know, because you're such a fan, than doing the honors. Now, because I know that there's a lot of fans. Oh, it shouldn't have been John. It should have been somebody else. But that's not for me to decide.
And I think we all know, frankly, whether you love John or not, it should be John. I mean, if you're being really realistic about where the business has been the last few years, isn't he the guy? Hogan did it for you.
Hands down, by the way. Well, when Hogan did it for me, and I was very appreciative of that, but he was on his way out.
True.
Basically, at that time, and not champion. But in this case, he wanted to build me to a certain place and become champion, and then do things the right way. And for the business that I love, that I grew up in, it was an awesome way. It was the best way, by the way, to give back. So was it my last match? Possibly.
You're really not sure.
Really not too sure, and I wouldn't rule it out. But you know, the plans this whole time was to create the Miami, and then create the biggest show of all time in the biggest market of all time in New York.
And it wasn't to include the rubber match in New Orleans? That wasn't necessarily part of it?
No, not at all. Between John and I?
Or most likely.
Well, to be honest with you, since we're so close now, the original plan was possibly Brock and myself. Like, that was the next thing that made sense to me, because I love Brock.
Okay. That is the plan. Basically, what the plans were is that Rock was to go over, win the WWE title at WrestleMania against John Cena. Okay? That happened. Then John Cena was supposed to get the retribution. They'd be 1-1. They each get one win on the biggest stage of them all, WrestleMania. This is all true. And then there were plans after that. They were planning to do a grudge match at Extreme Rules. Okay? And whether The Rock was overseas filming a movie or not, he would have flown back for, one or two nights to do the Extreme Rules pay-per-view and then Monday Night Raw the night after. And then he would be gone for a while to film Hercules and whatnot. This is where everything got fucked up with Brock and Rock, is the night after WrestleMania, and we'll let Rock continue here in just a second, but this is where they were supposed to plant the seeds for that match at SummerSlam or WrestleMania 30. So here's, Rock goes on here.
I'm basically like a 4-year-old. I get like easily distracted, especially when I have fun a lot, and my short-term memory sucks ass right now. But like 2 seconds into that interview clip, all I kept thinking was, man, I don't know if I just called him The Rock in that interview, because that was clearly not The Rock. That was Dwayne. Man, Dwayne is a phony motherfucker. And it's funny because he built the whole program with Cena around the fact that Cena is a phony asshole that people see through. But you tell me somebody who's more of a fucking fake, phony cheeseball on talk shows than The Rock, with that fake smile he has.
Let
You ever seen Benson Henderson? Benson Henderson does that fake fucking smile just like The Rock, and it's annoying as shit. Like he's like, Benson, your hair looks kind of fucked up today. You don't look so good. And he'll have like a big fucking smile. Like, yeah, well, I did my best. You know, like it's just complete fucking cheeseball shit.
But then
I hate it. I don't like it.
Torn my 2 tendons off my pelvis. Then I had to fly home that day. Then we couldn't do what we wanted to do at Raw that day. So possibly with Brock down the road.
Last 2-second question to that.
Got it.
This is the tough one. People, the rumor out there is that you didn't tell anyone and that you just left. Is that true or is that false?
Here we go. Okay, this is where he answers that he didn't tell anyone.
What do we say?
So false.
You talked to Vince that day.
I talked to Vince that night when I was hurt that night. Vince came to my room at WrestleMania. How you do? Vince and Triple H, by the way, and John Cena came. CM Punk. I mean, we're all these guys.
You know how the dirt sheets work, dude. You know what the words they get out there.
Well, it's easier. It's easier and more salacious and more entertaining. Is it? Oh, like The Rock just left. But no, I would never do that. It's just not how I do business, by the way. So. That night, I saw the WWE guys, the orthos. They did the fun test if one has a hernia, which is always fun.
He's stuttering your words. If you listen to this carefully, he's
There's a little hesitation. It's like the diva analogy I gave you earlier, where he's trying to do his pre-thought-out bullshit answer.
Right.
And then you can also mix in some fucking real answers too, because the guy's asking what.
There's a lot of and you know just.
And Vince came by the locker room. I said,
there it was too.
That I wasn't going to be at the show the next. So everybody knew. So I wasn't quite too sure where all the scrambling came in, and then I got a phone call in the afternoon from one of our writers at the WWE and said, "Hey,
so where are you?
Would you like to give a message, or not only would you like to tweet a message, but is there a statement from the orthopedics that you saw today?" I'm like, "Yeah, I saw Dr. Kaplan down in Miami. He's my guy."
And then they threw the tweet up on Raw, and
that was it. Yeah, but I went, I got my MRIs done, and believe me.
Believe him. You know what I mean? It's just like, wait a minute. No, you got a call in the afternoon on Monday saying, "Rock, where are you? We've got a show that is being booked around you. Why aren't you here?" And when he said, "I'm not going to be there, I just got looked at by my doctors down here in Miami. I am not going to be there tonight." There was panic backstage at Raw, and they completely rewrote the show from that point on. So what The Rock is saying here is ridiculous. And if you look into it, you can see that The Rock is trying to get around it by saying, well, I did this, and Vince came into my locker room. No, you know what I mean?
It was even a little slight change in the tone of his voice. Like his pitch, the tone of his voice got higher. You know, when you're lying, your voice raises. Like, no, I'm serious, man. I was there. I promise. I was there. Like I told you I would. Like as soon as he said, "No," well, I told him at the show right after the show. Like he started like overly defensively, fucking, especially with that tone. And then he had that cheesy laugh to punctuate the end of his speech. You know what I mean, Pete?
All right, let's do the rapid fire. We got about 13 minutes to get through these, and we will try to do as many as we can. Justin Nestor, shirt update, and why can't Matt Boone kick your ass? Well, the shirt update, you can email webmaster at ProWrestlingScoops.com. I'll give you an address. I do have some of your money. I'm waiting for a couple more people's money to come in. Then I'm going to ship them out all at once. But if you guys have already sent money, I have received it, and you will get your T-shirts. I'm just trying to do a bulk send it at one time. So just be patient, and they will be out to you guys. Lewis Daw, or Matt Boone, why can't Matt Boone kick your ass? Because I'm bigger, I'm badder, and I'm better than him, and he knows it. So, Lewis...
That's actually pretty fucking factually proven. You're not bigger than me, better than me, or better than me at anything. So that's
I don't think the question was directed at you. He said, why can't Matt Boone kick your ass? And I answered it. We didn't need you chiming in with anything else. So.
Well, I'm responding to your comments, jerk off. You're going to say it's pretty obvious you're bigger and better. I disagree.
Well, you can disagree all you want, but you're wrong.
I got a microphone. I'm going to tell people I disagree.
Yeah, I got a louder microphone than you, motherfucker.
Yeah, I know. That's the one person I can't fucking talk down to, like to call it. He can just turn my lights off.
I win, you lose. That's how it is. I win, you lose.
You know?
Louis Daw, I had a really good question, but I forgot it. Sweet. Jason McGee, Ryan say.
Is that really what that says?
That's it, man.
Wow,
Jason
okay,
McGee, you got to get your rapid fire questions in earlier. Like I see, whenever I'm like, yeah, we're gonna take the rapid fire questions, and everybody's like, boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna submit questions. Once they're up, like anybody that's submitting questions now, I'm not gonna get to them because I don't refresh the page. And once I'm there, you know what I mean. Anyway, Jason McGee, Ryan, say coffee 5 times, and why did you call your dog your son? It's only a pet. Listen, man, Reggie is my son, dude. He, God, I love him. He is my man. Reggie's my son. I treat him like my son. He's the man. And say coffee 5 times. Coffee, 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 coffee. There you go. Jake Scott. That was more than 5 times, by the way. Jake Stott. What did Devon tell Bubba when they were working at McDonald's? Oh, Bubba, test the fries. I like it. Yeah.
No.
Let me explain. Like, listen. Like, test the fries. Testify. Listen.
Hold on. Tell everybody why that's funny real quick.
Oh, Bubba, test the fries. Testify. You get it? Like, test the fries. Testify. Yo.
You used to say testify. Testify rhymes with.
Yo, that.
Oh, Peter Rosenberg. I mean, Ryan Clark, you're so funny.
That's a good one.
Nice one.
That was a good one, Jake. I like that. You didn't like that one? You didn't like that? That was pretty good, man. You didn't like it?
No, I did. I'm sorry. I got caught up in the chat. I saw my name a bunch of times. I think they're talking shit about me.
It was a good one. Kyle Brooks, major props to you and Ranjit on the exclusive stories you've posted over the last few days, especially the ones with Triple H and The Rock. Give us more exclusives. You got it, buddy. Also, Julia Greenaway told the WZ Army to F off and said the WZR Army are all backstabbers. Why is she so pissed off? Did you turn her down or something? Julia.
Is this what you were telling me about before the show?
I don't. Julia Greenaway? Who's Julia Greenaway?
Yeah.
What, like
you told me something like that, and I didn't know who the fuck you were talking about. I still don't know what that is. But.
Who? I don't.
I think I said LOL because that's usually what I do.
Yeah, I don't. I have no idea who Julia Greenaway is. Or is she a member of the WZR Army? I don't know, but I don't know. Would you guys piss her off? Would you make fun of her or something? Be nice, Army. Be nice. Justin Nestor. And if you're having sex and the condom broke, what do you do, Ryan? If you're having sex and the condom broke, what do you do? Well, if you want to have a baby, I'd say continue fucking. But if you don't want to have a baby, I would pull out and probably your hard-on's going to go down, so you're going to have to start over. You know what I'm saying? If the condom breaks. But if you're not worried about having a baby, then continue fucking on, right? Christopher Brown.
I would say you don't want to ask me because I would just keep going. I wouldn't do it. I'd be like, fuck it, I'm too lazy to stop and start again. Fuck it.
All right, Christopher Brown.
I wouldn't even think twice.
I've been hearing talk on other boards that there's talk of adding a 4th member to the Shield. God, this comes up every single week. I mean, WWE.com did an article yesterday, said if there was a 4th member of the Shield, who would it be? Who would you guys want it to be? As of right now, there are no plans to do a 4th member of the Shield. There's just no plans right now. So, could it happen in the future? Of course, but the Shield right now is a fairly new group in WWE. Establish them as the 3 main guys, and then worry about adding a new member or 2 new members or whatever down the line, but not right now. Maybe a diva, if anything, but not a 3rd, wrestler as far as a new member. Mike, Mr. No Days Off Olsen, how is your bathroom holding up? It's good, man. The maintenance guys, they were here during the show. I haven't heard them come in and out here in the last hour or so, and they weren't here during the break, but everything's cleaned up. So they had a bunch of paper towels and stuff like that. I know they went through like 3 or 4 rolls of paper towels to get all that up, but it's clean in there, and the floor is, clean. Jordan the Champ Paveo, any news on Rob Van Dam and WWE? I put an article up, man. God, I knew people were going to be so pissed off because I titled the article Rob Van Dam Signs Contract. or Rob Van Dam signs a contract, right? And then when you click the article, it was Rob Van Dam signs a contract with a comic book company, and it's not what people wanted. Everybody wanted to see WWE or TNA. Here's the thing, man. I got a job to do. You know what I mean? I need to generate traffic, and the title of the article, it wasn't a lie. It wasn't a false headline. Was it a little bit exaggerated or misleading? Yeah, I'll give you that, but I got a job. I got to generate traffic, and when you read the article, when you read the article, it was he signed a contract, and it turned out to be with a comic book company. So many people got pissed off because everybody thought, oh my God, he signed a contract. It's going to be WWE or TNA. Just because it's not what you wanted to read doesn't mean that it was a fake or false headline. It was true when you clicked it. But as far as an update for WWE or TNA, there's no deal as of right now. He said in a recent interview he's been talking with both TNA and WWE, but as of last week, nothing had been signed on the dotted line. I don't think Rob wants the travel schedule in WWE. So if he could, I'm sure that's what he's negotiating with WWE right now is I'll come back, but I don't want to be on the road, this whole deal. But Rob's also not a big enough star like Brock Lesnar or Rob Van Dam where they're going to pay him crazy amounts of money and give him this limited schedule. He's not that big.
I'm sorry, you say something still? Is that air? Are you playing something right now?
You son of a bitch! I was just gonna make you. I was gonna light a cigarette, take a sip of beer.
Great insight to the fans because I just had to sit there and let the dead air continue because I assumed you were playing something, and if I started talking, you'd be like, "Dude, shut the fuck up! I'm trying to play a clip." And if I just sat there and let dead air go for like 10 seconds longer.
I just figured I'd light a cigarette and take a sip of beer and let it go on a little bit longer, and whatever.
I got heard like subtle noises. I'm like, he's probably playing something, and I don't know what the fuck it is. So I'm just,
speaking of shutting up.
You know your damn role.
You motherfucker.
Shut your damn mouth.
All right, Glenn Tyler.
I gotta do mine a cappella, you prick. That's not fair. Keep going.
Glenn Tyler, don't give that sellout Boone a raise with your lotto winnings. Instead, give Ranjit Kahal a paycheck. Ranjit does a great job, man. Sends in a lot of news. He's just a great guy, man. He helps us out a lot. And as far as the Boone pay raise,
I'm not asking for one. You ain't gonna make a comment, motherfucker. Shut up.
I'm just saying, as far as the Boone pay raise, I'll tell you straight up.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got motherfucking time for that, brother. Ain't nobody got time for that, dude. We got Rashad Robinson. Will the same company make WWE 2K14, or will 2K have a new company make it? No, they've signed pretty much a long-term deal with 2K Sports. So as of right now, they're going to be the ones doing the video games. Jorge Castro, why is the volume so extremely low? I have no idea, man. 95% of the people say it's fine. There are a very select few of you people. All I can suggest is turn your speakers up, man. Turn them up. Lee Dave Pierce, Owen Hart headed to the Hall of Fame in the next couple of years as WWE have settled their lawsuit with Owen Hart's wife. Yeah, they did settle the lawsuit. Hall of Fame, it's all up to her, man. It's all up to Martha, whether she's going to allow Owen to the Hall of Fame. Just because they settled the lawsuit doesn't necessarily mean that Owen's confirmed for the Hall of Fame. She's going to have to sign off and approve that too. Vincent Nugent, Ryan, how are Jacob, Reggie, and the rest of the gang doing these days? They're pimping as usual. Yeah, man, everybody's good. It's just me and Reggie chilling here right now. Everybody else is out of here, so it's quiet, and everything's good.
I miss that, dude. I miss that so bad.
Yeah,
I'm standing here trying to concentrate on the last few minutes of the show, and I hear him right outside my door. I'm gonna try and do an impression of him.
Louis Daw is back. What are you doing?
Something like that.
What was that?
Just a loud tick. Oh, you're gonna play a trial. It's just a loud squeal for like 2 hours straight. That I've had.
Lewis Daw, do you think Biggie Langston's face is too small? Not his head, but his actual face. His eyes are tiny. All I'm saying is I wouldn't trust him to look after my cat. I'll have to take a closer look when I see Biggie Langston next. But he's a big dude. I haven't zoomed in on his head. Shannon Morale says, sounds fine. Must be talking about the guy's comment above about the sound. I don't know, man. Turn the speakers up, like I said.
Got one question about it, and you haven't brought it up once either in a 2-hour show.
We're getting there. We got 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
All right. Well, in 4 days, there's a fight happening on this thing called pay-per-view between these guys called John Jones and Chael Sonnen. I don't know if you heard of them.
It was great.
2 hours we ain't mentioned once. That's just Saturday.
No, it was great. Chael Sonnen was all over ESPN Sports Center today. He killed it, bro. He was awesome. He was fucking with the anchors and everybody else. He was great on Sports Center.
You said you watched the fight this past Saturday, right?
Well, we're going long, but yes, I did.
All right, but just real quick, did you see when they did the interview with Jones and Son and how fucking pissed Jones looked standing next to him and shit? Like he's starting to hate him again. It's about the fucking business about to pick up the Jim Ross.
Well, that's because I mean they were cool just a couple of weeks ago, and you know how Chael is, man. Closer to the fight, he starts talking even more and more shit, and he gets under the skin of people. John Jones is gonna whoop his ass, number one, dude, and Chael's just gonna be another fucking I talked all that shit, but I wound up losing. He's the better man.
What he does is he talks himself into a paycheck 10 times bigger than anybody in his position in the company. I mean, he takes so much more because he builds interest in his fight, which is what you're supposed to do.
Mike, Mr. No Days Off Olsen, why have the keyboard warriors always been such a big problem for social media? Because they're keyboard warriors. They're trolls, You just gotta ignore them, you know what I mean? If somebody makes fun, it's like somebody above. What was the woman's name? Julia? I don't know. Somebody must have said something hurtful, and she got all angry. It's like, dude, you know how many emails I get? You guys see the comments on the website where people tell me to die and kill myself and everything. You ignore it. You know what I mean? You don't even respond to people like that because they want a reaction out of you. They want to try to get you worked up. You just ignore it and you say, you know what? You're going to be back. You're going to be reading the website tomorrow. Everything's going to be great. You know what I mean? Everything's going to be good.
A lot of fans are fucking fair-weathered on the fence kind of fans because, like, I get very definitive response to feedback. Like, people either... So, Boone, you were fucking awesome, funny as shit. You killed us tonight. Or, Boone, you fucking suck, dude. You fucking boring as shit. You weren't funny. You sounded all fucking cracked out. It's either one or the other. There's never in the middle, and they can change 1 week to the next that easily.
Right.
I wouldn't put too much stock into what this. It's just fucking shit talking, trolling. Like,
fuck them. You know what I mean? Tell them to fuck off. Somebody tells you to fuck off, you tell them to fuck off. Anthony Remy, what did the judge say when the skunk walked in? Odor in the court. I like it, dude. You get it? Order in the court. Odor in the court. You get it? It's pretty good.
I'll have a cheeseburger. That's the oldest joke in the book, I think.
Vincent,
I think every show's done that joke.
Vincent Nugent. Here's a joke question. What is the only way to keep your money from the casinos in Las Vegas? The answer, when you get off the plane, walk into the propellers. Wait a minute.
I don't get it.
I don't get the joke. When you walk into the propellers, what is the best way to keep your money from the casinos in Las Vegas when you get off the plane? Planes don't have propellers. Or yeah, they do. Little prop planes. They do. Anyway, Mike, Mr.
It's funny you weren't able to analyze that joke. You didn't get it.
We got to try to get to some new people. It's the same people over and over. Matthew Ellington, what have you spent your lotto money on? I'm going to use it to pay off taxes. I'm going to give the woman who sold me the ticket a little bit because she's become a good friend of mine. I see her every day. She's a great lady who works behind the counter. So I'm going to give her a little bit. I'm going to pay off my taxes, and it's going to be a month or two before I actually get the money, and then they're going to tax it. Jose Espinoza, did you know that Mark Jindrak appeared on a Mexican novella? I just saw his monkey ass. What's a Mexican novella? I don't know what that is.
I have no idea, dude.
Vincent Nugent, one more from you. People leave voicemails, People call the number and they leave voicemails. Hold on.
I don't know, something in the chat's calling. There's like 1 billion people telling you to answer someone's call, so something's going on. I don't know what
I don't see any phone calls. Oh, here's one. Caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up?
Hi, Ryan. This is Julie.
Who? Julie.
At 10 o'clock.
Hello. Oh, you're fine. We're staying long anyways, dude. We got to do these rapid fire questions. Plus, you keep ranting and raving. I'm trying to shut you up.
I was just saying, do you really need me for this Julie thing right now?
No. Goodbye. Goodbye.
All right.
Bye. See you next week. Goodbye. Look, he's gone. He hung up. Hi, Julie.
I did not hang up.
No, you didn't hang up. Boone hung up. Boone's gone. He's out of here. Fuck him. Goodbye.
Well, fuck him. Anyway,
what's the problem? What do we got? What's going on here? There's a big problem. Everybody says.
Yeah, there's a bunch of assholes in your group. Not me. Just a bunch of assholes.
Well, there's assholes every. Do you see what I deal with on the website? So many comments and the emails that I get, and people hate me. You know, who's being the asshole? Do I gotta lay a smack down?
Yeah, lay a smack down on Ryan Ennis or Pennis, however you say his fucking last name.
Oh no, Rygal?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that fucking asshole. And Rob Bowell, or however you say his last name, they're two fucking assholes. I got some info on them that you would love to know.
Well, I
but,
try not to. I know.
I'm not gonna say it.
I know. I try not to get involved. You know what I mean? I try to let everybody do what they want. You know, but listen, don't take it so personally. I mean, 99% of the people in the WZR Army, they're great people. You know what I mean? We're good people. Everybody gets along. You know, everybody's good people, and there's always going to be that select few trolls and everything. I mean, God, you should see what I deal with. I get death threats, and you know, people are going to come to my house and they're going to kill me. You just ignore it. You know, don't feed into that. You just ignore it.
Oh, trust me, I'm getting them threats from a few of those guys, so I'm ignoring it now. So.
All right. Well, if I gotta lay a smackdown, I'll lay a smackdown. You know what I'm saying? We can't be losing members of the WZR Army. We need you.
But lay a smackdown on them, and I will reactivate my Facebook page. You better lay a good-ass smackdown on them, and I'll give you some mashed potatoes for it.
Mashed potato? Yo, you say mashed potatoes, they're getting a smackdown. I'm going to take care of you. All right. Be good, Julia.
I will, thanks.
All right, bye. See what I deal with? Nice people like that. Come on. Leave her alone. Who's doing it? Which one of you guys in the chat? Rygal, be a nice guy. Come on, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a counselor. I don't want to play counselor. I try to stay out of this, you know? I do a radio show on Tuesday night. I come on here, we have a good time, you know? Everybody, leave her alone. Be nice. All right, let me do the rapid fire questions, and then I'll get out of here. What Boone say? What Boone say here? I handle Steven. He's having a problem with his. He let his stepbrother or something move into the house, and he's got, you know, kids that are just going crazy. He's getting woken up at 6 o'clock every morning. Boone's had it, man. He's about to explode, to be honest with you. But all right, Nilsa Hernandez, your thoughts on what TNA is doing with AJ Styles? I like it, man. You know, they've got the storyline where is he going to side with TNA or is he going to side with the Aces and Eights? And, you know, they just brought him back a couple of weeks ago. He's been gone for, you know, a couple of months now to sell the angle that they did. Mike, Mr. No Days Off Olsen, like you've never heard it and you'd be upset if you did this one. Are you talking about the joke above? I missed it. I have another awful one, but it's really awful. Like borderline in poor taste. Like make a dog puke one. Alright. What are you talking about, dude? Here's somebody that put Truth Martinez ROH theme. What do you want me to play that? We can play it.
Ladies, take your pants off. Fellas, take your pants off. Hotties, take your pants off. Everybody, take your pants off.
it. That's terrible. Rygal, where's Rygal? Is he in the chat room tonight? I got something for you. One more. Then we'll get back to the rapid fire. Rygal, this is for you, but I want you to, you got to replace it with Julie. Or Julia? Julie? All right? This is for you.
React to viral videos. First video, leave Brittany alone. Leave Brittany alone. Please. Okay, this one's going to be sad. Leave Brittany alone. Please.
Leave her alone, Rygal. Leave her alone, man. Don't be an asshole. Julie, we love you, man. We want you in the WZR army. You know what I mean? I just ignore the select few D-bags out there, you know? Let's see. Brady Askland, do you see them bringing Hero to team with Cesaro now that he is just another mid-carder? That'd be a great tag team, man. Chris Hero, and it would have been Claudio Castagnoli from Ring of Honor. That would have been awesome, man. Have Chris Hero, I mean, he's down in developmental right now, so bring him up to the main roster. I mean, there was talks just a couple of months ago that Hero's ready to go, man. I mean, we know he's a great worker. You know what I mean? So, you know, I used to go down to New York City and watch him in for Ring of Honor at the Hammerstein Ballroom. Just a great worker. So it's not like he went to NXT or WWE's training facility to, you know, improve his ring skills. I mean, obviously he would learn the WWE style of working, but other than that, and you know, learn promos and things like that, but he was pretty much ready to go before he arrived in developmental. So it's ready to go, and hopefully they call him up sooner than later. That does it, man. That's rapid fire. Boom's not here anymore, and we're gonna get out of here, man. Another fun Tuesday night. Boom was tired tonight. You know, he's been dealing with a lot of shit. And, you know, just give him a week to recover. I don't think the guy slept in 2 days either. So, anyways, it's going to be a quiet night. Who's my favorite NASCAR driver in the chat room? I like, who is it? Jimmy Johnson. You know who I don't like is that Kyle Busch guy. I mean, he's a great driver, right? I'm just getting into NASCAR, so I don't know much about it. But, guy's a great driver. And he wins a lot, too, but he seems like a cocky motherfucker. You know, he just seems like a cocky asshole, so I don't like him. But Jimmy Johnson, I always want to see the women succeed, you know. I mean, there's only one of them in NASCAR, right? It's Danica Patrick, so I like her, you know. Dick Trickle is another one. Dick Trickle. I know he still doesn't race, but whatever, man. Dick Trickle, God. Who named their kid Dick Trickle? Anyways, I don't like Tony Stewart, man. I think he's kind of an asshole, man. It seems like a dickhead, you know? When you see him in post interviews, another one that seems overly cocky, you know? But anyways, we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna get out of here, and we'll be back next Tuesday night, Tuesday night, 8 to 10 Eastern Time, WZROnline.com. Like I said, it's going to be a fairly quiet night here on the website. SmackDown spoilers are already taped, and they are posted on the main news board. So we're good to go, man. We're gonna, you know, I got the Raw rating that we're going to put up right now. I'm going to drink some more beers and chill out, man. Kick back, watch some TV. Have a great week. See you guys next Tuesday night. 8 to 10 Eastern Time. Leave Julie or Julia alone. Be nice, guys. You know what I mean? WZR Army. We're all a family. We all get along. See you guys next Tuesday night, 8 to 10 Eastern Time on WZROnline.com.